I believe that vulnerability is very important, and so I try to be as authentic as I can. However, I'm also open-minded, and I am liable to see when somebody has a different point of view, but there is validity in their opinion. And I enjoy listening to Andrew Tate. And I think that a lot of times he speaks the truth. His viewpoint has a lot of validity to it. And I don't want to delve into it deeper. I don't agree on a personal level, meaning that I don't accept to live by what he's saying, at least not most of the times, because in this life you have to do a lot of various things in order to survive, meaning that from now and then you can even do something that's opposite to your general beliefs, and you need some aggression occasionally, and I'm not talking necessarily about physical one, in order to survive and be strong. And I agree with this viewpoint that life is tough, and you need to kind of man up in certain situations. Of course, he exaggerates, and he wants to induce fear in people, because ultimately that's what he's selling. But if you take just his words, he's very eloquent and very logical, and you can't battle with him on a purely verbal level, so to speak. He's done some good things and has had a lot of achievements. His charisma and intelligence are not to be questioned, but I believe that we should also judge a man by his actions, and we have to admit that his past is very bad, and I wanted to believe that he was just the victim of the Matrix, as he used to call it, and that people are just defaming him in order to shut him down and not let him to promote the ideas that he's currently advocating for. And it seems like he has chosen a good cause, and perhaps he's a different man now. But recently I stumbled upon a video from ABBA and Preach for about 2 years ago, and in which they had a compilation of old videos about Andrew Tate, in which the latter admitted that he had sexual intercourse with underage women. And it's not something like fake or just an allegation, unproven. He was recorded. He did it himself, And he also admitted to conning men into giving him a lot of money. And into joining him, and he used women for that, and that's very cruel, I think, and very duplicitary from his part. Maybe he changed now because he seems like he wants to help people. I don't know, but in my opinion, he does what most con men and manipulators do. They feed you some truth, maybe 90%, but they also mingle something distorted there to use it to their own benefit. And it's actually very sad to see how he just used unhappy man single in order to get rich, and also confessing that he didn't give a fuck about them. Meanwhile, he's now pretending that he tries to help people. Maybe his intentions are pure now, or at least to a bigger degree, but we cannot deny that. And the fact that he escaped prison is a testimony to how corrupt this world is, and to how money can actually provide you a lot of things. Not genuine attachment, but they can facilitate your way around this world. And he's a proof to that. He was convicted in Romania, which is not a country known for its just system. I know this because I'm from Moldova, a neighbor country, and we also share a common history. So I am aware of that, and it doesn't surprise me. But you can't believe him. I wanted to give him credit and actually have my doubts about him, because the way in which he expresses himself is very convincing, and his logic is unfaltering. So you can't deny the fact that he has a deep mind and knows how to manipulate people. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's one of those cases when contradiction is at play. And in these cases, you have to be very careful and to sift through his speech, because he's very skilled with it, and his energy is contagious, and he has a masculine aura that appeals to a lot of fragile souls. It doesn't mean that I share his views, but I can understand them, or at least what he's saying recently. I'm not prone to be competitive or all of that, but there is some some meaning to what he's saying, especially recently regarding people who change their gender and all that stuff. Does that make him a good guy? No, I don't think so. Because ultimately he's just stressing out how miserable we are and that we should get rich as soon as possible. And he's doing that because he wants to sell his course. And it's dangerous, especially for a young mind, to believe him. Like faith, and to follow him faithfully, because a person in despair is capable to do incredible and dangerous things. However, overall, he spits a lot of truth, and you can't strip that away from him. You also cannot deprive him of his personality and cunning. Will he get caught or put to jail? I don't know. Sometime maybe. Although he's navigating the world very carefully and seems to have stopped his old ways. But you know, eventually your past catches up with you. But it's not always. That's also a naive way to think about it. That karma will solve things. A lot of times it happens. But there are also many criminals who roam the world freely, and about whom we haven't heard a thing. And it might also happen to him. I don't know. Although that's very tricky for him, given the fact that he's constantly on the spotlight. But he's more cautious now, and not as aggressive and cruel as he was in his videos that he perhaps regrets now filming. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you. He's entertaining, but that doesn't erase his past. And I think we should be very careful, and to remember that ultimately we are the last step when it comes to making a decision, and that we should take into considerations multiple viewpoints and listen to our gut. So yeah, that will be it for now, guys.